Right friends, welcome back to question and answer session banking. This week onwards, every week you will have separate module for the questions exclusively pertaining to banking awareness. That means during the last week, whatever happened in the banking sector, those questions will be taught separately under this current affairs banking module. Every week current affairs will have 4 modules. One is a lecture module, second one is news analysis and features, third one is question and answers general, fourth one is question and answers banking. Let us look at the first question. Name the bank which is planning to engage retired bank officers so as to bridge the knowledge gap. Retired bank officers will be engaged by State Bank of India so as to bridge the knowledge gap, because several senior executives are going to retire during the next few years. Several senior executives of State Bank of India are going to be retired during the next few years. That's why to bridge the knowledge gap, they want to engage retired officers. Look into the next one. Name the bank which offered facility of switch on and switch off for debit cards. There will be a facility, you can switch on, switch off. That means if your card is stolen, no one can use them, and this facility of a switch on, switch off for debit cards is given by Axis Bank, India's third largest private sector bank. This is Axis Bank given this facility. Look into the next one. Name the High Court which stated that public sector banks should disclose the details of cases pertaining to persons or establishments whose bad debts of over rupees 100 crore have been written off. For a RTI query, recently a public sector bank refused to give information for bad loans of more than rupees 100 crore which have been written off, and because of this, some activists approached High Court, and Delhi High Court stated that public sector banks should disclose the information pertaining to the bad debts of over rupees 100 crore which have been written off. Right? The answer here is Delhi High Court. Look into the next one. HDFC board took a decision to reappoint Aditya Puri as the managing director up to October 31, 2020. Aditya Puri is the longest serving head of any bank in the country. He is the head of HDFC Bank since 1994. For the past 21 years, he is the head of HDFC Bank, and he is reappointed for further period of 5 years. And please don't forget, as per the Companies Act 2013, the retirement age for CEOs or MDs in private sector enterprises is now 70 years. Previously it was 65 years and increased to 70 years now. Because of this, he was appointed for a tenure of another 5 years up to 2020. Please don't forget, Aditya Puri is the longest serving head of any bank in the country. Look into the next one. Who is the head of the 3-member committee appointed by the Supreme Court to look into the punishment in IPL betting scam? It was ascertained that betting took place in IPL, and what should be the punishment? To look into these aspects, former Supreme Court Chief Justice R.M. Lodha is heading the committee to decide about the punishment in IPL betting case, and the answer here is Justice R.M. Lodha. Look into the next one. Name the country where Adani Group stopped the work on country's largest thermal coal mine project, Carmichael. This Carmichael coal mine project is around 16 billion Australian dollars. The value of this Carmichael coal mine project is 16 billion Australian dollars. This is in Australia, and Adani took this project, and the value of the project is 16 billion Australian dollars, and recently Adani stopped the work and the future of this project is not yet clearly known. Right friends, look into the next one. SEBI means Securities and Exchange Board of India made ASBA mandatory from January 1, 2016. ASBA means application supported by blocked amount. Application supported by blocked amount, and this is made mandatory by SEBI from January 1, 2016. 2016 is the answer. If shares are allotted, then only your money will be transferred. Otherwise, the money will be blocked and will continue to be in your account earning interest till the shares are allotted. If you are applying for any shares, then till the shares are allotted to you, the money will be in your account and will continue to earn interest. So this is the meaning of ASBA, application supported by blocked amount. Look into the next one, Institutional Trading Platform, ITP. Recently, SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, announced a new platform for startup companies with the liberalized norms. For startup companies with the liberalized norms, that means reducing the lock-in period, and the amount is just 10 lakhs, and institutional trading platform to promote startup companies, to promote new companies, because the mechanism in India at present is not conducive. That's why several companies are getting funding from foreign countries, and to promote startup culture in the country, SEBI started this institutional trading platform with several liberalized rules. Look into the next one. Name the panel which gave recommendations on external commercial borrowing. External commercial borrowing means the corporates, companies borrowing money from abroad. Companies borrowing money from abroad is external commercial borrowing. They borrow money because of the lesser interest rate structure in advanced countries. That is external commercial borrowing. Recently, MS Sahu Committee gave recommendations. They suggested doing away with taking prior permission. When company is taking loan or when a company is accessing external commercial borrowing, then at present they have to take prior approval, and this committee gave recommendations that prior approval is not required to be taken. Let us see how the government will react. Name the two Indian software majors against whom USA government opened investigation for possible violation of H1B visa rules. Two companies, Tata Consultancy Services and Infosys, were accused of violating H1B visa rules, and USA government opened investigation against these two companies, Indian software majors TCS as well as Infosys. Private Provident Fund Trusts have been allowed to invest 15% of their incremental deposits in equity. The answer here is 15%. Provident funds, government recently allowed them to invest in equity. Previously, provident funds, pension funds, these were not allowed to invest in equity instruments. That means in the shares previously they were not allowed because of risk factors involved, but up to certain percentage now government allowed provident fund trusts to invest in equity. Equity means shares, that too up to 15% only. Please look into the next one. CIBIL TransUnion credit score ranges from 300 to 900. CIBIL is Credit Information Bureau, established in the year 2000. It collects the information from all the customers of the bank, and subsequently when a person approaches bank for taking loan, then CIBIL will give score. Its minimum score will be 300, maximum score is 900, and bank normally grants a loan when the CIBIL score is more than 750. CIBIL is Credit Information Bureau India Limited. Without RBI approval, recently RBI has stated, without its approval, banks can now borrow from multilateral financial institutions for general banking business. For general banking business, without RBI approval, banks can borrow from multilateral financial institutions. Multilateral financial institutions are just like Asian Development Bank or World Bank. Look into the next one. Name the country in whose capital an emergency was declared due to smog. The country here is Chile, The capital is Santiago. In Santiago, emergency was declared because of smog. Smog means fog with the smoke. Please look into this picture. Fog with the smoke. This city, Santiago, is situated in a valley surrounded by mountains. There is every possibility that the vehicular pollution will not go away, and in times of fog, smoke and fog put together will result in smog, which ultimately affects the visibility, and it is not good for health of the human beings. Recently, emergency was imposed in the Chile capital, Santiago. Look into the next one. Longest serving CEO for any Indian bank is Aditya Puri. Just now I have explained. Look into the next question. National Financial Mapper is being devised by National Payments Corporation of India, and it is coming up with a new product for making financial transactions easy. That is the National Financial Mapper, and the full details are not yet known. We will discuss in the subsequent classes. So, National Financial Mapper is being devised by National Payments Corporation of India. Look into the next one. Pre-2005 currency notes will now be in circulation up to 31st December 2015. RBI recently extended the deadline, and they will be in circulation up to 31st December 2015. India signed double taxation avoidance agreement recently with Thailand. Our External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj was present there, and India signed DTAA. Probably India now has double taxation avoidance agreements with around 88 countries. Double taxation avoidance agreement looks at preventing double taxation in both the countries, and specific laws pertaining to the taxation when income is earned in other country will be devised under this agreement. Right? India has got DTAA with around 88 countries. Look into the next one. World Development Report is released by World Bank. World Development Report is released by World Bank. Ease of Doing Business Index by World Bank. Global Financial Stability Report is released by International Monetary Fund. Please don't forget. Companies Act 2013 established the concept of OPC. As per the Companies Act 2013, it established the concept of OPC. OPC means one person company. Please don't forget. Look into the next one. Amount earmarked for banks capitalization as per 2015-16 budget is rupees 7,940 crores of rupees, and allotment for banks capitalization in the union budgets is coming down day by day, and this year only 7,940 crores of rupees, almost reduced by around 40 to 50% in comparison to the allotment 2 years ago, and this shows that the public sector banks have to stand on their own. Government support is going to come down, and this capitalization, this is required as per the Basel III norms. Banks are to be capitalized to the minimum standards as prescribed by Basel by the year 2019 March 31st. Look into the next one. EPFO, Employee Provident Fund Organization, makes UAN mandatory for all its employees under its purview. UAN stands for Universal Account Number. Universal Account Number is given by Employee Provident Fund Organization, and once UAN is given, that will be unique for each and every employee, and if the employee changes job from one company to another company, but that number will remain, that is Universal Account Number. Look into the next one. Name the company which got Pan India cable TV license. This is Reliance Jio. They are coming up with big plans of 4G by December 2015, and they took Pan India cable TV license, and at present in India, we have 170 million TVs around, out of which 111 million TVs are with cable connection, and around 50 to 60 million TVs are with DTH. And Reliance Jio getting All India cable license is not a good news for the DTH operators like Tata Sky, Airtel. Right? Look into the next one. Name the airport where 62 kilograms of gold worth 17 crores of rupees was seized by Directorate General of Revenue Intelligence. This is Visakhapatnam Airport in the east coast of India. With this, let us conclude this week's question and answer session banking, and please do join for 27th week. Have a nice day. Thank you.